Hi, I'm Vinnie Scully and welcome to Insider Secrets, a series of videos created to help you take your business to the next level. Today we're going to look at the market for your business. The opportunities that the internet presents are absolutely huge. There are 4.39 billion people actively on the internet globally. That's 47% of the world population. So if you're looking for customers, they're out there, they're on the internet. There's more information available in my free book, Online Business and How to Make IT Work for You, and that's available from my website, vinniescully.com. So please feel free to download it. I know it's going to bring immense value to you. So where are our customers hanging out? Well, some interesting facts. There are 3.4 billion active searches every single day on Google. There are 2.3 billion users on Facebook. We have 1.5 billion users on YouTube. We have Instagram at 800 million users, Twitter with 360 million users, and LinkedIn with 200 million users. And these figures are growing every single day. So the customers you want are hanging out on one of these. So they could be searching on Google or they're on one of the key platforms. So how do we get to our customers? Well, surprisingly, the answer is not on the internet. The answer lies at a more fundamental level. We get to our customers by beginning at understanding our business. As I've said before in other videos, that the most important person in our business is our customer. And we have to know our customer very well so that we can attract the ones we want to our business. We can either bring ourselves forward and present ourselves to the customer, or we can attract those customers to us. So how do we do that? At the most fundamental level, it's about understanding our business. And I work with my coaching clients or my consulting clients to help them understand what it is they need to do with their business to bring them closer to their customers. And I use a system that I've developed called the 5 Elements Business Intelligence Framework. And as it says, it's got 5 elements to it. And these elements are essential to work together to create an entire package that we can move forward to our customers with. It works on an organizational level, and it works on an individual level within any component of the strategy that we're going to use or any component of the model that we're going to use. So when we understand who our customer is and understand the limitations of our business or the strengths or the weaknesses of our businesses, and we address those shortfalls and we leverage the strengths we have, we then start to look at how do we get closer to our customers. So one way is to look at systems. Well, Google's a system, Facebook's a system, and so are all of these. The internet is a system, but there are systems that we can use within our organization that will assist us as we move forward. From there, we look at strategies. So how are we going to actually engage with our customers? How are we going to attract them to us? And at this point, strategies are theories. They're nothing more than thoughts. So we have to figure out how can we test these and make sure that the strategies are effective. So when we build upon this, we then start to look at optimization, how we're going to interact socially, and the engagement strategies or the engagement that we're going to achieve. So this is the hierarchy. Now, when we look at optimization, I mentioned in another video about search engine optimization, and it's a hugely important component. But there's the other optimization of how are we going to acquire our customer, and what are we going to do with them? How are we going to optimize their journey through whatever we have, a store, an e-commerce store, or our website, or whatever it might be? How are we going to bring them from social media, from Google, and what is their journey to us to becoming a trusted customer or a valued customer? So now we need to look at that optimization process. Next, we look at social media, and one common mistake that many business owners make is to try to go onto everything on social media, to have a presence on every single platform. And that's not the wisest strategy, particularly when starting off. Now, certainly you should secure your name, your accounts across the major platforms. That's certainly got huge value. But there's no point in being on every single platform and doing it badly. It's much better to pick 1 or 2 platforms and do it well. Engage with your customers or your potential customers, your audience, but do it well. And that is a very key component. Now, the other thing is that these systems are all man-made and they all are subject to problems. So therefore, should we be dependent upon any one? Okay, so recently Facebook and Instagram went down. A couple of weeks ago, Google went down. So if we're dependent upon email as our only means of communication with our customers via newsletters, via mail outs, via autoresponders, whatever it may be, dependent upon email is not the wisest strategy, because if there's a problem with email, your marketing starts to suffer. The same as it is that if you're dependent solely upon Facebook and by proxy Instagram, and they go down, your marketing will suffer. So really what we need to do is spread our bet across some of the platforms. So to do that, we need to understand our customer first and foremost. So we understand our customer at our business level. So where are our customers hanging out? If you have a business-to-business product, it's most likely LinkedIn is going to be a good source of your customers. If you have an e-commerce product, a software product, it doesn't matter. Maybe tutorials are going to be hugely valuable, and they may be on YouTube. So we start to think about, like this video, for example. This video is geared for those who prefer to learn visually. My book is geared towards those who prefer to read, and that's available from my website, vinniescully.com, online business and how to make IT work for you. And yes, that is a shameless plug. But we need to look at how are we going to engage with our customers. So where are they hanging out? So yes, somebody, a business owner or a business person might be on LinkedIn, but they're probably on Facebook as well. So there's a good combination. Somebody who wants to learn by video might use YouTube. And there's so many different ways we can engage with our customers. But the point is, don't rely on any one, spread it across a few different platforms and engage with customers in a variety of different ways. So that's a nice, handy, simple enough little tip, but it could save you a lot of time, effort and money in the long run by adopting that as part of your strategy. Now, when we then move forward, so we've understood our business, we have some systems and strategies in place, we have optimized our journey, we know how we're going to interact on social, and we have engagement in place. Now, the next part of engagement is, if we're going to talk about ourselves constantly, we become very boring. So we need to provide value to our customers, and that is not pure self-promotion. There's the 80-20 rule, 80% value, 20% promotion. And if we employ the 80-20 rule, we should bring value to our customers. But how do we track that? We need to look at systems. We need to look at, Facebook will give us insights. All of these systems will tell us how we're performing. But that in itself can become a challenge, because these are islands of information that you've got to pull a piece from here, pull a piece from there. So we can use systems to our advantage, and there are systems that will allow you to manage this entire process. And we should look at adopting those so that we can efficiently manage everything that we're doing, and we can report effectively on our performance, because there's no point in thinking we're engaging with people and not tracking that performance. It's like being in business and selling products but not tracking any profit. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So we need to track whether our engagement strategy, which is a theory, our engagement strategy is actually effective. And we do that through analyzing the systems, but rather than trying to analyze all the systems that you're using, try and consolidate that into one system, which will help you within that process. So now that we understand that our customers are online, we understand that we've got to define who our customer is as a business, and we've got to understand that. We've got to put some systems and some strategies into place that are relevant to optimization of the customer journey, where are we going to engage with them on social, and our engagement strategy. The next part is our customers themselves. So we accept that they're online. So these are our customers. These are our little fishies. And that's how I kindly refer to my customers. Little fishies that are swimming around, and we now have to figure out, how do we track those fish? Because your customers are being targeted constantly by other companies who want to sell their products and services. So we have to adopt another strategy. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up by the sea. So I spent a lot of time down at the pier and along the coast fishing. And to be honest with you, I think the only thing I ever caught while fishing was a cold. I was never very good at fishing, but I learned some things that are quite relevant to what we're discussing here today. And that is, if I'm targeting this fish, let's say it was a mackerel, I've got to have some tools that are specific to what I want to achieve. One of those tools is a hook. And that hook has to be specific to the mackerel. If I'm trying to catch a mackerel with a salmon hook, I will never catch a mackerel. It's a different sized fish. But on that hook, I have got to put what is called bait. And that bait has to be appealing to the mackerel if I want to catch it. It in turn is attached to a line, which is attached to a rod, which has a reel and has a person at the end of it. And again, my art skills are absolutely atrocious, so please don't criticize me for my drawing. That's not the purpose of the video. But we have our little fishy, we have our hook, we put the bait on it, we have our line and we have our rod, and we potentially can reel them in, but we need to get them to bite. And that's the key. So we need to make something attractive to our customer who is swimming around the internet and being targeted by many, many other companies. So we're not trying to be all things to all people. And I suppose that's a key message of this video. Don't try to dominate the whole world of social media, or don't try to dominate every single search engine. Focus on a couple of search engines, do them well, focus on a couple of social media platforms and do them well. Know who your customer is, target that customer by using the appropriate bait on the appropriate hook, and then when they bite, start to gently reel them in. When you reel them in, have a clear understanding of what the journey is you're going to bring that customer on. When they're on social media or on Google, they are owned by Zuckerberg or the Zuckerbergs of the world. What we want to do is entice them off social media onto our website, into our e-commerce store, and maybe into our mailing list that we now can market to them as and when we see fit. Today's video is not about online marketing in the advertising sense. It's about online marketing in the organic sense, and organic is free. It's the best type of traffic that you can get, is free traffic. But if we can bring our customers, our potential customers, on a journey that brings them closer to our business and gives us their email address or whatever information it is that will allow us to market to them for free, that's really, really valuable. And that is the key goal of any marketing strategy. Certainly, you can spend a huge amount of money on ads, but unless you know exactly who your customer is, you're going to spend a lot of money on ads that you don't need to spend. So you need to be very clear on who your customer is. And this is just an outline of it, an approach that you can use. So start off by understanding your business, put the systems in place, define the strategies, and then move forward. Another common problem with businesses who are going online and creating maybe an advanced advertising strategy is that they suddenly become successful. And in their success, they find that they hadn't got the systems in place to actually manage that success. So that system, it could be a logistics system, it could be a fulfillment system, it could be a customer support system, any type of system that is required to bring value to the customer, to fulfill the obligation that you have made to that customer. And often on a successful strategy, it will show the weakness in your business. So it's really, really important. And this is a level that I work very, very closely with my consulting and coaching clients, is to actually really understand the business and then build from there. Know who the customer is, know the long-term strategy, and put the systems in place to actually manage the success. Okay, so that's the key message from today's video. In a video that's coming up very soon, I'm going to look at, in more detail, at the business level and how to define your ideal customer. So watch out for that video. It's coming up very soon. And again, I hope you've enjoyed today, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video. So have a good day. Bye.